Kubor nakaslem jong unongsan hima.
Ka All India Congress Committee kelaphawan Yeunoilam Kalyang Persha ke Meghalaya Dr. Mukul Sangma Shanong ba New Delhi ban emerging mud hadin baki dak kishen kilapau hakabaide bagi jingma mes ngothu jingmud hapo kaseng ya kani lai thu Dr. Mukul hakas ngi thok ding habai kran bar kinong thok khubor hadin balami ki khubor pamau lembar ki babun ki MLA kaseng Congress ki dan jing temu ban mina na kani kaseng Dr. Mukul Sangma ula kubur bagi dan kijing bar kijing ba mes ngothu jingmud hapo kaseng Congress Hendai lo ong bai kini an sepen bai hapo kisah kontrol jong kaseng Ulaong habadan kajing hapo kayeng kasem gimji athu syaka perthai barakawai hendai ngi penbait paramangi
It'll be premature there because I have said I shouldn't be a victim of the sense of pessimism.
But what do you have to say on those media reports that say that Dr. Mukul along with 12 other MLA are going to leave Congress and they are going to
That's why you don't have anybody who is telling a complete story, but then that whole narrative is generated. You have to wait for a time. If it is coming from the horse's mouth, then give credibility. Okay, it's a question of giving weightage to a news when it comes from the right source. Okay, when it comes from the horse's mouth, then you give weightage. If I have to look at from my perspective,
Shashi Tharoor also has voiced concern.
let me say what others say. I don't care. Okay, but whatever is something which relates to the internal matters of the party should be articulated, discussed, deliberated within the four walls. Even if I feel that okay, I need to discuss this immediately, I want an immediate result. Sometimes we have to demonstrate a certain amount of patience. That is exactly what we are trying to do. That's why what you see in Punjab, you're not seeing here. Okay, we don't want to be like Punjab. Okay, honestly speaking, yeah. What you see in Punjab could have been avoided if they would have adopted the same approach like us. So it is simple. That's why I always say it depends on people also. People have different way of dealing with issues and different way of doing things. So I have always shared that okay, there may be a problem in a family. How do you solve a problem in a family? You don't let the whole world know what's the problem. Similarly, in a party, yes, there are problems. I'm saying there are lots of problems. Obviously, there will be problems. But the problem is that when there is a lack of concern about resolving problems, that's why we have to have certain amount of persistence, endeavor, collective endeavor. And it can't be one way. It has to be, it has to be mutual, it has to be collective. And I'm sorry that what you saw in Punjab probably shouldn't have been the way it is. All those factors which require to ultimately arriving at finding a resolution or solution becomes possible, then it will end within the four walls of the party. And even after a good solution is there also, you will be in a position to know and share the good news. But there are grievances within the party. In fact, some of them are already a victim of those grievances. You have seen one of our senior members leaving the party and becoming a candidate of NPP. So these are indications. These are just the tip of iceberg. Therefore, we want to resolve them at the appropriate time, meaning well ahead of the election. We can't allow these kind of internal problems which are there, which we would like to resolve within the four walls. That's why I'm not sharing with you. If you would be asking what are those problems, you will not get anything from me. So this is how we are moving. Request you to bear with me, because what will be the likely options available for resolution will obviously be put on the table during the course of discussion. That is how we evolve the mechanism to resolve any issue. So it need not be just one particular possible option. There can be multiple options, and this is not something which is obviously going to be discussed outside the four walls, and then we'll leave it to that forum where it will be discussed. I am only drawn to the attention of what has been carried by media, and some of them have called me also. I have responded to a few of them. We have always said that there are certain issues which require to be resolved. In other words, certain allergens which need to be addressed and resolved within the party. But you have to also understand our approach of doing things when it comes to resolving issues pertaining to internal matters of the party is concerned. Obviously, nothing can be always within the four walls. That's why I think some news is coming. The fact is that when we have the intent to resolve and there is a solution, that will automatically give you an idea that okay, the things have been resolved. We're waiting for the things to be resolved in as far as the issues are concerned. And I have had the privilege to go to Delhi. Subsequently, I have returned. And they have indicated that, okay, we'll have to sit again. And today I have also received the indication as to when the sitting can be likely. And therefore tomorrow we have the Pradesh Election Committee meeting. As you are aware, there are 3 by-elections. The unfortunate vacancy which arose because of the sad demise of our friends. 2 of the constituencies were represented by our own members of CLP, our member who was elected from Morankneng and Rajabala. So tomorrow after this, Sunday is the likely day when I should travel. We will try to resolve it. I have always maintained that I should not be a victim of pessimism. Okay, but challenges are there always. Resolving issues require certain amount of patience. We don't have only one constituency for the by-election. We have 3 constituencies. Okay, Morankneng, Moplang, and Rajabala. So therefore, obviously, what incident happened in Rajabala was after that, and subsequent to that, the vacancy that fell in Moplang was just during the last autumn session. Therefore, PEC will not necessarily sit only for one particular constituency to decide upon the candidate based on the inputs. Ideally, what is done during by-election is that PEC sits and send it to the your AICC for the approval of the Honorable Congress President. Normally, what we do is that the applications are scrutinized at district level, at the Pradesh Congress Committee level, then brought to the PEC, Pradesh Election Committee. Then it goes to AICC, then it is again scrutinized at Central Election Committee. And that is how the whole process is. But since this is a by-election, PEC will sit. That is the procedure that we had always adopted. And after that, we seek the approval of the Honorable Congress President, and then the candidate will be officially declared. See, I honestly don't know. Honestly, I don't know who are the applicants. Yet to know, the only privilege that I will have is when I attend PEC, I will have the privilege of knowing who are the prospective candidates, the applicants. Until then, I am blank.
But you will be meeting, you will be attending.
Yeah, I will attend because it is PEC, it is for an election. So these are the seats which were represented by Congress, meaning it was considered as a Congress stronghold, so party stronghold. So I will know tomorrow who are the candidates, who are the aspiring candidates, who are the candidates who are being tabled for consideration by the PEC. internal party affairs do require patient hearing to all our concern. I have to listen to my analysts. What are their concerns? What are their apprehensions? It is not my personal problem. Okay, let us be very clear. So when you're talking about internal problems, that means the problem revolves around the people in the party, the rank and file in the party. Okay. If you follow properly in every respective districts and what is happening, what is the apprehension, then you will probably be able to understand them. But then it is not appropriate for me to actually, since we have maintained that internal differences, whatever the cases may be, the best way to resolve them is within the four walls, and then we will try our best. And since there is a various mechanism how the leadership is reaching out, I think we have reasons to be free from and not to be the victim of pessimism. That is what I say.
So earlier you also mentioned that it is speculation about you joining with other analysts and all that. So why do you think this is coming up, sir? What could be the reason, sir? Would it be a plan? Your takes?
So this speculation, you have carried this news long ago also, earlier also. 2018, 2019, 2020, it goes on. Though the stories are, formatted in a different style. But then I believe you have been seeing many of our friends from media carrying these stories. The number 13, I think that story has always been doing the rounds. But the fact is that we have been able to insulate our team from at least that kind of poaching which was resorted to, which is continuous, which can probably continue until we face the 2023 election. Now you are seeing a sudden shifting of somebody from the party when the elections are notified. You are seeing that. So until elections are faced and until we really fight the next election, we won't know what are those ultimate fallout of anything that we don't resolve during as we prepare for the 2023 elections. You have seen that one of our senior most member of the district council, KHTC, has left the party, become a candidate of other political party. So we didn't expect this to happen, isn't it? But there was reasons for that, and that's why you see what is happening. Therefore, it is incumbent upon us to see that, okay, when we want to strengthen the party, we don't end up with this too many surprises as we come closer and closer to election. You have seen also in 2018 how many friends who indicated that they'll be with us ultimately ditched us, left us, and they also became a victim of their own betrayal. Many lost. So therefore, many won. This is what ultimately is usual dynamics of politics when issues are not resolved.